In terms of the defense as a whole, as you go through Notre Dame through the bye week, where would you evaluate where you are at right now?
We're in a good spot, but I think we need to continue to get better. There's still a lot of stuff to fix, so I think if we can fix those things and just keep getting better, we can do some good things.
In terms of stuff you have to fix, what do you think the biggest strength is right now and the weakness?
Biggest strength, the biggest strength is I would say like the amount of people we got that can play and come in and play at a high level, and the biggest weakness is probably we need to communicate better and make sure everybody on the same page.
You talk about the depth on the defense. How would you rate the depth at your position specifically?
We got a lot of depth at linebacker. We got Tae, Nakobe, Channing, McBride. We got a lot of people that can play. The younger guys are learning fast, Ryan and Tresman. So we got a lot of guys that can play.
It appears to me that Tae is flashing a lot more. I mean, you just see him standing out and making big plays. Can you talk about, you were a linebacker when you came here, he wasn't, about the progress you've seen him made? Is he taking it to another level, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, Tae's a hard worker. He does what he's supposed to do every day, so it's not surprising.
With Nakobe, he's been sort of battling an ankle injury. What have you seen of him in that first of the season, and how sort of healthy is he now?
I think he's back now. I think he didn't really get healthy until like maybe Murray State or really maybe even Notre Dame week. But he's battled through adversity, and he hasn't let him affect him.
How hard is that as a linebacker, knowing that you might not be able to fully trust your feet or your ankles, trying to hold up while you're going out there trying to make plays?
I mean, it sucks, but I mean, you got to be able to push through it.
How are you feeling health-wise this year? I know it's a tough position you play, and you've had to overcome a lot the last couple of years.
It's fine. I just keep getting treatment and do what I'm supposed to do every day, and whatever happens, happens.
You talk about communication, kind of how something you need to work on. How much is that on you to, improve that?
It's definitely on us as linebackers to, especially like Notre Dame. I remember, obviously it was really loud. So hand signals are key in that game to, JR know what I'm doing, and I know what he's doing, and Richard and with Tae, the D-line, because they couldn't hear us. So the hand signals definitely help.
What are some of the challenges of Tennessee this week? I guess you start with you're not 100% sure who's going to play quarterback or what have you. What are some of the challenges that the Vols bring to you?
They got some good players on offense, especially those two running backs, Chandler and Gray. So it'll be a task stopping those two. And, they got some good receivers, Jennings, Callaway. So they got some guys who can make some plays. And if you're not doing your assignment, they can, make some plays.
How much did you play in the last game at Tennessee?
I got in at the end.
In Knoxville?
Yeah,
And then about last year, how much were you?
I was in a pretty good bit.
In as far as what you remembered about last year's game?
I remember Tennessee, they didn't give up no matter what the score was. Close or not, they didn't give up. And, they came out and they fought. They played us hard, just like they're supposed to and like that their coach should do.
You mentioned the receivers. Tyson's obviously been banged up. Is that a concern? You think DJ did handle himself pretty well in the last game?
Yeah, I mean, he gave up a ball or two. He even had a pass interference, but it didn't affect him. He did what he was supposed to do. He came back, and at the end of the game, him and Mark Webb made the play to, steal the game.
Do you've played up there before. Do you get excited about different SEC venues? I mean, regardless of the team that's in it. I mean, at Neyland Stadium, it's the biggest, I guess, in the SEC, right there by the river. Do you enjoy that kind of stuff? Do you pay attention to that?
I mean, I didn't even know it was the biggest. It doesn't really matter to me. Let's just play.
Yeah.
You mentioned getting it at the end of the Tennessee game 2 years ago. It was a blowout. What kind of benefit was it at the end of some of those games to get reps? I mean, do late game reps when the game is no longer in doubt? Do they help you develop at all? Or?
Yeah, especially my freshman year. I mean, I had never played. I think that was like my first SEC game on the road. So it was, it was still fun. I still had fun, and it didn't matter to me whether the score was close or not. I just wanted to play.
what's the most important part for a player's development when you're in a game like that?
Just go out there and do what you're supposed to do, and just cut it loose.
Just seeing the speed of the game, even if it's 41-0 or whatever it is, at that point, the speed of the game and the crowd is something that is new, and you can.
Well, the speed of the game wasn't new just because we go against good players in practice every day. We got some of the best skilled players there is in the nation, so it wasn't really that big of a deal my freshman year.
How much, I don't know if fun's the right word, but with this havoc and the activity in your fronts, how does it change your approach line? I mean, I guess you're going to play 100% regardless of the scheme, but what effect has havoc had on your mentality and the defensive mentality this year?
I feel like if we can, wreak havoc and cause a lot of negative plays for the other team, playing in their backfield, getting the quarterback off the spot, then that gives us a higher percentage chance to win the game.
Is there any, I don't want to say second guessing or any thoughts, but Jim Chaney is their offensive coordinator. He's lined up across from you. He's had guys lined up across from you in practice probably a lot. Is there any concerns about Chaney's knowledge of your defense or your tendencies?
I mean, no, because even if he hadn't been working here, he's been coaching forever. He's seen everything, so he knows what he's doing. So it is what it is. You still got to play at the end of the day. No, there's never a perfect call. You just got to go out there and do your assignment and do what you're supposed to do.
Not to put you on the spot here, but a bill was passed yesterday in California. I don't know if y'all talked about it, about players in the future getting paid, college athletes.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Oh, really? Well, how would student athletes use that to their benefit?
I really don't even know. I ain't really looked at I ain't never hear about it till you just said it. So that's great for California. It really doesn't take effect down here, so that's good for them.
But I guess it could if the NCAA gets involved. Would it be nice to have extra cash in your pocket at some point?
I mean, yeah, it'd be cool, but again, it's in California, so we can't really do much now.
But it's a debate across the country about whether you guys should be able to benefit from, whether you should be able to do endorsements, sign autographs, that kind of thing. A lot of the stuff the NCAA doesn't let y'all do now. Is that the kind of thing you think y'all should be able to do as athletes?
I'm not really a debate person. I just do what I'm supposed to do, so that's up for somebody else to debate.
Curious to see who's going to try out at quarterback for them.
They got two good quarterbacks. They both can do different stuff. Obviously, Jared has more experience and can, he's played against us before and played in big games against, good opponents. So he knows what he's doing. And so, we're prepared for both of them. And, we'll do what we're supposed to do.
What did, if anything, what effect did the Notre Dame game have on the team? Georgia before, Georgia after. What do you think would be some of the changes in the team?
I think Notre Dame game, it let everybody know that we have to continue to get better to go where we want to go. But the thing I love most is when Tyler muffed the punt. I liked how nobody, there was no finger pointing, we almost got the stop, almost didn't count, but, I just like how, especially on defense, we stuck together and, we didn't let Tyler or anybody else get down on themselves for that.
And then I guess I got to ask you about that Notre Dame tight end. Was it kind of like, where the heck did this guy come from feeling for you guys in the first half, or did you know about the Cole Kmet guy?
I mean, this Notre Dame, they've always had good players, and, he made plays like he's coached to do, so it wasn't surprising.
More questions?
You talk about finger pointing. What about when Camarda has a tough one, 25 yards or something like that? Do you guys same thing, let it roll off?
Yeah, I mean, you saw it happen. We went out there and got a stop like we were coached to do. So, we prepare for a lot of different situations in practice. Every Friday, Coach Morrow's is showing us different situations that happen, maybe in an NFL game or a past college game, to where this team, messed up a certain situation. And we didn't let it affect us when we went out there and played.
There was an MMA fight he showed you one time. Was that involved? Did he mention that after was that something you mentioned before, or would I dream this?
Yeah, you got me.
He's talking about the MMA fight that he said he played the week in Notre Dame in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
What about it?
I didn't know if that was part of the perseverance that he had.
Yeah, it was.
Good question. All right.
Thanks, Monty.
Thanks.